Physical geography is about the physical elements that make up our planet. Not that kind of physical. Let's imagine that geography is a stage play. In this masterpiece, human geography would be the actors, while physical geography would be the intricate set. Physical geography is a natural science, meaning that to understand it, you have to use the fundamental physical sciences.
Like earth, water, wind, and fire.
Okay, those aren't the actual physical sciences, but we'll get to them later. The basic physical sciences are physics, chemistry, and biology. If you look at our globe, you've probably noticed that there are two major colors. There's the blue part and the greenish-brown part. Let me tell you a secret that scientists do not want you to know. The blue part is water. Oceans cover about 70% of the surface of the planet. The other 30% is land, where all the non-sailor and non-mermaid humans live. Like I said, physical geography uses physical sciences, and one of those sciences is chemistry. Chemistry teaches us that everything on our planet is made from fundamental elements.
Like earth, water, wind.
Not yet. Sorry, I get excited. We're still talking about the basic elements, like hydrogen, iron, or carbon. These are substances that can't be broken down into any other substance. Trust me, I've tried. All elements are different from one another, but when you mix them together, you can make different types of substances. That's chemistry. These elements and the substances they make together have different forms.
Like earth, water, and wind.
Or different variations of solids, liquids, and gases, which is basically
Earth, water, and wind.
Originally, the Earth was a super hot mess. Just a ball of a bunch of those elements in a blistering liquid mass. Sort of like me in high school after a bad breakup. This was billions of years ago, and eventually this hot soup ball started cooling off. The different elements started to separate into different layers. Some heavier elements sunk to the center, creating a core of blazing hot, solid metal. Today, the core of the planet is still hotter than Chris Hemsworth. Barely. But it's covered by hundreds of miles of other elements and layers. The largest layer is called the mantle. The mantle is still super hot. Just, not Thor hot. The further you get away from the core, the cooler it becomes. Most of the mantle is solid, but still works kind of like a super thick liquid. Like Jell-O that has way too much gelatin in it, and one of the ingredients is sand. The top layer is called the crust, and it's made from lighter elements that cooled off and became completely solid. Like Jell-O that doesn't have any gelatin in it, or liquid, or sand. It's just a rock. So it's not Jell-O at all. These rocks are still slowly shifting on top of the world's hot Jell-O mantle. And over the course of millions of years, the land keeps moving and changing, creating different landforms. And it's on these landforms that we live today. The study of how these landforms come about is called geomorphology. It's pretty cool stuff. The study of the rocks that make up the crust and surface of the planet is called geology. Also really cool stuff. Both geomorphology and geology are essential parts of physical geography. So geography still comes out on the top as the coolest stuff. Different elements continue to form. Some of the gas released from the cooling Earth probably included water vapor or water in its gas form. Also, scientists are pretty sure the Earth had a bunch of asteroids crash into our surface about 4 billion years ago. Don't worry, asteroids attack on 5 billion year cycles, so we have a while before the next attack. But next time, we'll be ready. Lucky for us, many of those asteroids contained ice, or water in solid form. Because of these, in time, much of the Earth's crust became covered with water. Water is essential to physical geography. There would be no life, no humans, no plants, nary an animal or germ for that matter. You can't live without water. Trust me, I've tried. The study of our water, our oceans, lakes, and rivers is called hydrology. Hydrology is another one of those pieces of physical geography. So once we had a planet surface with both rocks and water, things were going to start getting mixed together, and that mixing results in some pretty interesting changes. Watch this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that billions of years plays a big part in the mixing process. For example, water reacts to different temperatures. When it heats up, it evaporates. When it cools off, it can freeze. When parts of the earth get hot enough, the water evaporates and goes into our atmosphere. But it doesn't stay there forever. It eventually comes down again. Like this. Which in turn affects the Earth's surface and the air around us, resulting in various types of weather and climates around the world. The studies of weather and climate are called meteorology and climatology. Thanks to the weather, a lot of water ends up touching the rocks on the Earth's surface. Over time, some of the rocks break down into teeny tiny pieces. These tiny rock pieces mix with water and other elements to create a layer of minerals called soil. Yep, dirt. Another part of physical geography is pedology, the study of soil. This will come as no surprise, but every pedologist in the world has a pet mole. It's required. This mix of
earth, water, and wind
creates conditions necessary for life. Soil is needed to sustain plant life, and plants are one element that helps sustain animals. The study of the plants and animals in terms of their relationship with the world is called biogeography, while biology, botany, zoology, and other sciences also study plants and animals. Biogeography looks specifically at how they interact with the planet. So there you have it. Physical geography is a mix of the physical surface of the Earth, determined by geomorphology and geology. The water on the Earth's surface, or hydrology, the interaction of the water, air, and the land through weather and climate, meteorology and climatology, the formation of soil on the Earth's surface, pedology, and the emergence of plant and animal life, or biogeography, thanks to the Earth's land, water, air, climate, and soil. Physical geography might sound sciencey, and it is, because it's science. So at the end of the day, you can't understand this world without understanding physical geography. Trust me, I've tried. We can wait. Really, take your time. Still waiting. Can someone clock this? Like, where are we at? Really? Really, you guys? Like, come on.